Hello, my dear plannerets. How are you? Are you good? I hope you are and ready for the new month of October. So today I'm going to be planning in my A5 ring planner using my bullet journal style planner printable. So I'm going to go and embellish my October monthly cover page as well as embellish my weekly spread from September 30th to October the 6th. So if you are here in the chat, say hello and make sure you let me know where you are tuning in from. And of course, if you are watching on replay, say hello in the comment section and make sure to participate and engage because we love that here in the Plannerets community. I'm Marianne, and you can find me here on YouTube as well as on Instagram for daily post reels and stories. So if you haven't met me yet, hi, nice to see you. So today we are going to plan with Marianne. So let me get my desk sorted and get all the right buttons playing. And of course, anything that you do find in today's video, please do check my description below. The links will be there. At the moment, I do have my Amazon storefront link as well as my Amazon Australian and US link and the pens, markers, and highlighters. But anything else I do mention, I do go back and then individually post the link. So it is a lot easier for you to see them if you are interested in seeing where I got them from. Let's see who's here in the chat. Hello, Elle. Nice to see you. Happy Monday for me. Yes, that's right. It is 5:31 a.m. here in Sydney, Australia. And if you are in other parts of the world, good afternoon, good evening. I do appreciate you being here so much. Hello, May. How are you? Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. All right. So I already know that I am quite warm. It is the September was the start of spring, and the weather now is getting quite warm. We're not even to summer yet. So I am going to be using my handheld fan. So hopefully that is not too noisy in the background. But let us get going. Now, if you are a subscriber to my weekly newsletter, you would have received an email with a link. This is a free printable download. So what happens is, I know a lot of us like to embellish our planner pages. And so I love having a monthly cover to separate the pages, the different months pages. So you can download this one. So it's an October block letter with October. You can keep it as is, or you can embellish it, which is what I'm going to be doing today, showing you. So if you did see the photo of this video, you would have seen that I am going to be Halloween theme some of my planner pages. Hello, Olympia. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. I do appreciate you being here. Okay, so I'm going to get started because I want to try and cover as much as I can today. And so, of course, if you do have any questions or any comments, let me know in the live chat as well in the comment section. So with going on with the October theme. So here in Australia, October is spring season, so we don't have the pumpkins or anything like that. However, we are starting to celebrate the Halloween theme. So it's been sort of going on for a while now. Actually, the start of it was mainly, for grown-up parties, the dress up. But now the kids in the neighborhood are starting to pick up on the trick-or-treating, which is really lovely. My boys are now 15 and 17, but when they were little, the apartments in our apartment block did trick-or-treating, so they decorated their doors, which was really, really lovely. Hello, Adriana, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. I do appreciate you being here. Olympia is sitting here working on my lesson plan, keep getting distracted. Oopsie. Sorry about that. Actually, I didn't know, but we are in the start of our school holidays here, so I think my boys will be sleeping in today. So the first thing I want to do is, so this is just an O, and it's befitting because I thought, well, I can do here. This is a pilot pencil, mechanical pencil. So I thought we can use the O for boo, scare everybody, as well as OCT T, October. So I'll make that a little bit darker in a second. And then the other thing I wanted to do, I saw this on Pinterest. So if you just go on Pinterest and put October monthly cover or Halloween theme, embellishment for your planner, then you can get some really great idea as well as great colorways. So what I'm just drawing here is I am drawing, it's very hard to see now, but I'm going to use a marker, little ghosts, ghost on the O. Who else is here today? Hello, Steph. How are you? YouTube wouldn't let me in your live. Kept saying it hasn't started yet. Yes, I like to refresh. But yeah, so I am trying something a little bit different and not having a countdown timer, because the countdown timer actually, that whether I do 3 to or 5 minutes countdown timer, when it plays on a replay, it helps my retention. No, it affects my retention. So of course, if people drop in and out because it hasn't started yet, or that long period of time, it ruins my retention. Of course, it's saying to the YouTube algorithm people aren't as interested because they're dropping off. So moving forward, if you can be on the YouTube app or on YouTube a little bit earlier, I do endeavor to be right on time at 5:30 a.m. or whatever it is in your time zone. It just helps my YouTube channel a little bit. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this King Art brush pen. It is linked in my pens, markers and highlighters list on my Amazon page. So I'm just going to outline these little ghosts. So it's just an upside down U with wobbly things at the bottom there. Okay, and then I'm going to use this one. My felt tip pen that I'm using is a uni pin fine line. So I'm going to just do some eyes, and we're going to do some woo. Okay, so of course, if you don't have this printable download, just go to mariannecrest.com. There is a little button that says sign up for a free email newsletter where you will get freebies, news updates, any tips and tricks when it comes to planning. So if you haven't yet subscribed, go to mariannecrest.com and then just sign up, and then I will send you a welcome email with a link to the free printable downloads that's available. So I do change up the monthly cover page. So at the beginning of each new month there is a new printable. So whether you're going to be using my printable download or just embellishing whatever planner page you have, you can create some nice Halloween theme, or for those of you in the US or in going into your cooler months, fall season. So all your oranges and yellows and deep reds would look really nice. So I just popped that there because what I'm going to do is I'm going to color in the O like a dripping. So I'm going to just create these little drippy type. So let me see, I'm just using the pencil. I like to have it balanced. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline the edges of that O, and then have it sort of like drip, like as if it's I guess wax, like a candle wax, turning into that creepy crawly theme. So I'm going to do this really quickly because I have actually, as you would have seen from my cover page of this video, I have already created one. But for those of you who are very much like me, like to see how it's done from start to finish, because I'm one of these that you show me how to do it and I'll be able to do it. But if I have to trying to see how to best do this, if I have to try and do it on my own, I need sort of like that like a jumpstart. It's like, show me how, show me what markers are you using, how are you holding the pen, and then I can go from there. So if I just have to see it once or twice, and then I'm not as scared to try new things. So let me know if that is you as well. If you are one of these people that was like, I'll try anything, because now we're not going to have negative or limiting beliefs that we can't draw or that we can't be creative. We can be. All it is we are not yet creative, or we are not yet good at what we want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to color all that in, but I'm going to leave it for the moment. Let me go and you do the boo and the OCT, October. So this is the Tombow Fudinasake brush tip. I think this one is the soft brush tip. There are two versions. Let me see if I can see the other one. Okay, so one is black barrel, which is soft tip. So the bristle of that brush tip is a little bit softer, so it's easier and more manageable to create the broad strokes and the thin strokes. And then the blue one is a hard tip. So if you want to have a little bit more control on the size of your strokes, then you might want to grab. So blue is hard tip. The black barrel is soft tip. So what I'm going to do with the B, so just on outline, I'm going to make the top part of the letter a little bit thicker, so it has that sort of I guess the typography is very Halloweeny theme, more like woo, spooky. I guess sort of like the Scooby-Doo type of. Oh, I think I'm going to be needing a new, and I'm just going to color that in. A new Tombow Fudinasake soft tip brush marker. Okay, so I think because the O is a lot thicker, I'm going to make the top of that B a lot thicker. I think I've wrecked it. No, I haven't wrecked it. I can just fix it. Okay. That sort of, hang on a tick. It's not balanced, but that's okay. That's all right. It'll all work out. And then the exclamation mark here. So then I'm going to use the big O as the other oo in the boo. And then, of course, October. Same thing again. If you want to continue that font style, make the top of the letter a little bit thicker. So, of course, use pencil first if you want to get the correct placement of each letter. Okay, and then what you can do is you can grab yourself a gray brush tip. So this one is Tombow N65, and to create sort of like a shadow effect, you just go pick one side, whether are you going to have your shadow on the left hand side of the block or the right hand side. So I think I'm going to pick the left hand side. So if the light was hitting this way, so let's say if the source of the light was coming from this way, then of course the shadow will be on the left hand side. And then if it's the light source is coming from this way, so if you can imagine there was a light, then of course the shadow will be on that side. So sometimes, I get the shadow placement all incorrectly, but that's okay. So then of course I'm not going to hit the right hand side of that little drip, and I'm just going to, so you can practice. It's all about practice, when it comes to effects and art. So then it's going to be this side. So because it's the left hand side of this one. So of course you can do this a lot neater than I have. And then if you want it a little bit darker, you just go over it twice. So then it creates a little bit of dimension on your page. And then you can fix any boo-boos that you make. And then, of course, you just erase all the pencil marking. What do we think? Let me know what we think here. So that I will color in all of this, and then what I'm going to actually add as well. So if you want, get your fine tip and just go. So this is for any decorations you may want to have in your October planner pages. I'm going to zoom in a little bit to create a little spider. So this is a little web. So just create a circle. So bigger circle for the back of the body and a smaller circle. And then of course, spiders have 8 legs. So 4 going up like that, and then another 4 going like that. So what do we think? Let me know what you think. So of course this is you can make it a lot neater than I have, and take your time, because of course I do want to be mindful of the time, because I want to create my weekly spread as well. Now this one, Slendy, this was gifted to me by the pencil case. I'll make sure this is it's an online store here in Australia. So they gifted you this eraser, Slendy Plus. So it goes nice, you know, you can put it in your planner pocket. So it's, look at the eraser or rubber, and it's nice and slim. And then that's a nice little handy travel one. And then you just do this little lever here. So I'll make sure, I don't know if I've got this in my Amazon store. I think I do, but I'll make sure I individually add the links of the things I use today. All right, so now here's one I prepared earlier. Bing! Okay, so I colored in the rest of the October with an orange marker. I also did use, I think this one I used the Pudinosoke marker to highlight, to make that the thicker outline of the O. So again, see how it pops off the page when you create a shadow-like effect around one side of your block letter. So this could be with anything, you know, if you have some, like a little, you can draw a little cute pot plant on the side of your planner pages by getting a light gray marker and then just highlighting one side of it as well as the bottom of it. It makes your little drawing pop off the page. So then that's it. Hi Anna, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. I do appreciate you being here. Elle says it's very, very cute. So it's like boo, and then, you know, and then OCT for October. So 2 birds, 1 stone with my block letter right there. Now, to me, it's looking, it could be, as I can leave it as is, but then I thought with the green and purple, is it a beetle? Is it Beetlejuice? That's all that I'm saying. I'm not saying it again. I thought I'd create these 2 with just some dots. So this is the Pilot Friction color markers. So all around, because orange, purple, and green make very Halloweeny themey. So it just looked too plain. And I'll show you what just little tiny dots can do to your page. See, this is very simple, but then any empty or negative space on your planner, you can embellish it with just the tiniest little dots. Does not take an artist, you know, to create pretty effects on your planner page. Now, let me know if you are a subscriber of my email newsletter, because you would have received an update yesterday saying that I'll be on today, as well as a link to download this free printable. And so make sure, I'm just going to hang on a tick. I'm just going to tell my son to pop out of the room for a second. I told him I'll call him once I've finished, because I don't know if he's in the kitchen, he'll make a bit of noise. So they're very, very patient with mum having to go and, you know, film early in the morning. But of course, because it's the school holidays, he decides to get up early. Yet when it's school day, he sleeps in all day. What's up with teenagers, hey? What is up? I mean, I think I did that anyway. I'm sure I did that with my mum and dad. All right, what do you think? Adriana says, love it. Thank you, Adriana. So then that is a very simple October monthly cover page that you can embellish. So remember, the way it started was just a simple block. You can you can embellish it with washi tape, stickers, whatever it is. So for this month, I am going with the Halloween cover, Halloween theme. So let me pop it at the beginning of my planner bundle printable, and I think it is here. All right, so that, ladies and gentlemen, is my cover page for October. Now, I did already embellish the pages of my calendar. So now I didn't want to continue the Halloween theme throughout, just because I know I may get bored with just sort of like them there, because of course Halloween or autumn theme is very limited in its colors, and of course I have to look at it for the next 31 days, and so I didn't want to limit myself with the orange, black, and any four color theme. So I did decide, because I do love rainbow color. So this is my October calendar spread. And so to continue that bullet journal hand lettering style, what I did with each of these calendar box or day boxes is I just got my felt tip, because traditionally for me and what I've seen when people do bullet journal, use felt tip. Now I'll show you, when I did start bullet journaling back in 2017, I wanted to get all the different felt tip markers. So I have these felt tip markers. I have the Uni Pen, I have Faber-Castell, I have some other ones in there, different styles with different felt tip from 03, 05, 08, different thickness to create different lines on my planner, my bullet journal planner pages. So to continue the theme of the hand lettering, I just drew with my felt tip around each box, and then just highlighted the top of the page for the days of the week. And so again, just different type of typography. So this one was just the letter, and then thickening one side of it. Okay, so you can leave it at that, or for me, I guess sort of like that Beetlejuice, who else, Freddy Krueger, the striped tops and striped suits. So that I thought, let's continue that, but then I used rainbow colors. And then because this is the bullet journal style planner printable, I think I left quite a bit of space at the top there. I'm not sure why I did. Like normally I only have a little bit of sort of like that thickness worth of space. But so what I did with this one is I just layered my 3 different washi tapes to fill in that gap. So again, if you have any pages or parts of your planner pages that is empty, one way to brighten it up and one way to fill up that negative spaces, just layer your different washi. So grab whatever washi tapes you have then with coordinating colors and just do that. So see 1, 2, 3, and then again, not Halloween theme, because I know I'm going to be checking my calendar every time I plan a new week, and I just didn't want to be limited to with that. Now last week, I think it was last week's plan with me, I set up my habit tracker. So this is the habit tracker, and then mood and sleep trackers, and then I just colored in the top of each one of them. So I've got all the different routines and habits that I do for the month, to make sure that I am effectively hitting all the routines that I want to be better at. And then again, see, I use the markers to just create all these different, see, you just put dot on there. So then not only is embellishing your pages like this, make it pretty, but that in itself, that action is a great mindfulness activity. It's a great way for you to focus on the now, especially if you're like me, you get quite anxious, and then with the holiday season coming up, so many things happening. It's a great time for you, even if it just takes 1 to 2 minutes. It's a way for you to say to your brain, hey, everything's cool. We're focusing on something at the moment, and then you accomplishing that is a great win. So then you'll want to do it again. The other page of this planner bundle printable download. So these printables all come in one PDF, and then you print them all ready for the full month. So I have my wheel of life. So my wheel of life habits and routines based on Zig Ziglar's wheel of life, where try and do habits and routines in 7 key areas, which is physical, mental, spiritual, career, finance, family, and social. So for me, that's meditating, reading or learning, doing my priority of the day, which is for me, content creation, cleaning the house, working out, connecting with loved ones, either whether phone call, DM, FaceTime, and tracking our expenses. And then these little circles here, I'll get to color them in. Again, that coloring in process is another mindfulness activity, will allow me to see how well I did with these habits from the previous week. So visually I can see, oh, okay, I didn't do lots of cleaning last week. I better make that as one of my priorities. And then October gratitude log. So this is sort of like the 1 line a day concept. So then that way you're not having to take up too much of your time, especially if you are busy, and you go, I don't have time to be noting down what I'm grateful for, Marianne. Well, you have to. It's not that you should maybe yes or no. You should start noting down what you are grateful for, because this is a great opportunity for you to spot positive things. And the more you feed your mind and your brain of all the good things that's happening, what you're thankful for, it'll spot it more and more, and it's going to be great for your mental well-being. So if you are finding yourself stressed, if you're finding yourself quite anxious, if you are finding yourself getting overwhelmed, it is important that just noting it down, even, if you can't write it down, just stopping for a minute and go, what am I grateful for today? I'm grateful for, whatever it is you're grateful for. People, person, events, food in the fridge, whatever it is. And even better, if you can note it down, okay? Trust me on this one, because I used to look for, when one bad thing happened, I already had mentally going, all right, what's the next thing, right? That bad things happen in 3. And so I used to think that if 2 things would happen, I was already looking for the 3rd thing to happen. I've stopped myself from doing that. And not that another bad thing won't happen again. It's just, it's not a focus. It's not a priority of mine, because then, what we seek, we get, right? So try and do the gratitude log. So there's the gratitude log. And then, so for today, in this planner bundle bullet journal style, I have weekly spread. That's the vertical style. So that's 2 weeks worth. And then the next 2 weeks is horizontal style. Again, very bullet journal. Now you can still do this if you have a dated planner that's already got this set up, and maybe it's in columns. There's nothing that stops you from creating pretty little, drawings on it. So I'll see if I can. I don't think I have it near me. No, I don't. So if you have like a Hobonichi, that has the columns, or if you have already dated book bound planners, you can still create like tiny little drawings. Okay, so this bundle has 5 weeks worth, and then there's a brain dump at the back. Okay, so I'm going to continue the Halloween themes. I've already penciled in at the top, so I think I'm going to use pastel colors. So this again is nice, quick and easy. So then Just get whatever markers you have, color it in, and then grab yourself a, here we go, a felt tip. Now do be mindful, I am actually using 160 GSM weighted paper. I normally do 120 GSM, which is a 32-pound paper, and then that allows you to have high, pigmented markers and won't bleed through or ghost as much. But I have run out of 120 GSM, so the next best thing that I had was 160, and so that way I'm not going to worry about it bleeding through or ghosting. See, you can't see that. Now I am using very light colored markers, but even the darker pigmented one, this is very Pac-Man-y, Pac-Man-like theme. So then, you can break color, color rules. Ghost doesn't have to be just white and translucent. They could be colorful. Okay, and so I'm just doing that very quickly. So I'm just going to stick with one for the sec. I'm just going to allow that ink to dry a little bit. So then that way, if I put on a felt tip, the ink doesn't feather. So, it doesn't spread and make it, it doesn't make the lines as sharp. Olympia says, do you have a reading journal? I'm trying to learn how to create one. I will actually, let me see. The journal I used to have, Olympia, I used to have it in, just a printable and grid in my personal size planner or pocket size planner. But I found is once I finished with those planners, I'd put it away. But what I did, if you can bear with me, can you guys bear with me? You can have a look at the pretty desk. I'm going to just, if you can still hear me, I'm going to grab what I use for my reading. Yep. I'm still here. Dokily. I am coming back. This is what we say in the industry, working on the fly. Okay, where are we? I'm back. Hello, I'm back. Okay, so what I've done is, because like I said, I used to have my reading journal, or the things that I would learn, especially like non-fiction books, I would have them in just plain grid paper in my personal size ring planner. But what happened is, when I finish with those, or the planner gets too thick, I take them out, and then I've got all my reading notes everywhere. So I just have I buy these. I think you can get these from any stores. Sometimes they come in a pack of 3 or a pack of 5, very cheap, a couple of dollars, and it's just lined spiral notebook. So let me show you how I've been using them. Ta-da! Okay, so that's Feel Good. That's Everything is Figure Outable by Marie Folio, the 12-week. Okay, and Susan Jeffers. So what I do, I'll pop it in the link. I use the HP Sprocket 200. If you're going to check it out, make sure to check out my Amazon link. So what I do is I print. These are 2x3 photo paper sticker back. Okay, so you peel the backing off it. Go on Google, get the book cover, and then that way they've got it there. And of course, if I go beyond one page, I do volume 1 and 2. And what I do is just keynotes. I don't have to be as pretty with my handwriting. Okay, and then I'll put down the date that I go and read it, highlight it. Fear is not the problem. See, there you go. And then I just do that, and I've got all these different spiral notebooks. They're cute. They've got the book cover, and then if I need to refer back to them, if I wanted, I can get a nice little archive box to pop them in. I know exactly which book it's for. because I have them printed. And then if you, of course, you don't have to have a photo printer to be able to print. Just go print on a normal copy paper, glue it, sticker tape it down or washi tape it down. And that, Olympia, is how I do my reading journal. Okay, so with regards to noting down the books I've read, I know I've digressed here, everyone. Hang on a tick. I'm just going to go and scratch my nose. Okay, make sure everything is good. Nothing is. All right. So, with regards to noting down the books I've read, so at the bottom here, I have a books tracker. And then I have my printable download that has the books I've read. See? I have to go and get another. So that's the most recent book. And then again, Google, copy, paste, put the book in the book image in a Word document. You can then customize the size. All you do is measure the width of the, if you have a, if you get this, or just put it in whatever planner you have, measure the size that you want to, width and height, print it, glue it down, and then there. That is how I track my book, or the books I have read. How's that? Wow, that is excellent. Thank you. I'm so glad because yes, sometimes you want to know how do you note these down. So throughout the years, I've figured out some things don't work, some things don't, but this is what I've found. It keeps all my notes together. And because again, I am a visual person, when I write things down, I go, that one was in volume 2 of my book, and it was halfway through, the little spiral notebook, and it's a lot easier actually for me to remember where I've written it down. Because remember, if you write it down, you retain the information a lot better. So there you go. So that's how one of the things, the key area of focus, which is mental well-being. So reading for me is one of an important part. And it's only recently, probably in the last year or so, that I have been quite consistent with it, because I started small, 5 minutes a day, then 7 minutes a day, then 10 minutes a day, then 15 minutes a day. So anytime you are starting a new habit, start small, simple. So then your brain goes, that was easy. Let's do that again. I don't mind doing that. It wasn't too hard. And then that's how you become consistent with the habits that you do. So like I said, we've got that. I'm going to get my marker and then put some eyes, and then put the ooh. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll erase the pencil marking with my eraser, because then that has dried a little bit now. So make sure if you have any pencil markings, wait until the ink dries, because it's going to go and smudge it. And then so again, to make it pop on the page, I'm using a much lighter, is it much lighter? And so this one was an N65. If you don't want it as dark, N95 is a little bit lighter. I like the lighter one because then it's not as, and then I do double it. So even if I layer it twice, it's not as dark as the N65. So then that's how I would do. You can do pumpkins, you can do spiders, you can do bats, you can do, or closer to Halloween, I do change up the little doodles, little drawings. And then let's have a look. I'm going to use, oh no, my fan died. My fan died and I don't want to be sweating. I'm going to see if I can charge it as I go. So please let me know if it's too noisy, because I will turn it off, but I don't want to be sweating either. Maybe I'll pop it down here so it's cooling me from below. See, look, I'm glistening. Okay, let's have a look. What was I doing next? I was doing, okay, just again to make it stand out, I'm going to create little borders around. So these printable here have dots, just like, you know, bullet journaling. And then that helps guide you create, you know, if you want to create frames or lines. So I am just trying to do this as best as I can, because again, this is sort of like the, you know, the Halloween theme is not linear. It doesn't have to be straight lines. These wobbly lines actually add to the effect of the ghost thing. Okay, now I'm going to use, on this there is a faint gray rectangle, so then that allows you, whoops, to go and highlight that, create a border just like we have here. Let's see, so this is September 30 to October 6. And then on the other side, you have a calendar. Maybe I'll do this. So embellishing your planner pages, of course, is a great, if you love planners and stationery, is a great way, like I said, to give yourself a little bit of self-care time. And because it is something that is, you know, it doesn't take a lot of brain power to be doing this, unless of course you're, you know, trying to figure out what stickers to pick and what washi tapes to pick and what stickers to use, then, you know, but still it's not like rocket science, right? But which means it'll, all the good ideas can start popping up as well. So have a your little notebook, maybe where you brain dump, because then this is when ideas pop up. You're less anxious because you're, you know, enjoying something that you like. So make sure, you know, if you're not one to go and embellish your page, then find something else that will bring you joy. But according to James Clear's book Atomic Habits, one of the 4 laws for behavior change is to make things pretty, because we are visual beings. We love to see, you know, that's why we get so distracted with shiny things. Squirrel, you know, what's over there? What's on the other side of the fence? We're always looking for something, you know, better than what we have. So then making your planner pages attractive, which is one of the 4 laws of behavior change, is make it obvious, make it simple, make it attractive, and make it satisfying. So then that's why for a lot of us who are planners and love to embellish our planner pages, it brings us joy, as well as it's a great way to make, you know, the not so fun thing of planning and being, you know, writing down your to-do lists. It's not one of the most sexiest things, but we can make it at least fun. Okay, so this is just going around. And then what I can also do is then I can create shadows. So if you don't have a gray marker, get yourself one. It's a nice little good investment as part of your markers and highlighters, because it does wonders when you are creating shadows or shades on your planner pages. Now you're probably going, Marianne, I've already got a planner, you know, especially if you bought a new planner already for 2025. This is not something I can do on a weekly spread. You know, it's just, I don't have space for it. You can just take up one corner of a planner of your pages. So if you can't do this, so the reason why I created this bullet journal style planner printable was, I missed bullet journaling. I did it for, you know, a few years I think 6 A5 dotted grid worth of planner, and then I missed it. And also for months like October, December, and April, which is Easter and then Christmas, I wanted to do these fun, drawings and art things. So that is why, and I am picking it up. Who knows, maybe week 2 into October, I might get bored with it. But that's the beauty of using your own planner and embellishing it the way you want. All right, so then the next thing that I do is here I just quickly, very, very finely wrote, have used a little pencil marking, because at the top, that's where I will put in all the known events and tasks, or top priority. So I already know, where is my pen? I'm going to use the pilot friction. Okay, so 5:30 a.m. I have my YouTube live. I'm using the Kuretake Z-Clean color dot marker. So one end is sponge, the other end is fine tip. And then at 8 o'clock, I have a live Q&A for my course. Q&A, and A. So the great thing with the friction marker is you can make the ink disappear with friction. And then here, so then all the known events, I'm just going to put it all at the top, or if any money movement come in. Okay, so now where am I going to put the dates? I forgot that I have to put the date. Okay, shall I put it on the, oh, I've got an idea. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works, peeps. Because then I'm going, where's the dates? So I'm going to put here. Well, clearly I need new Fudesak, Tombow Fudesake markers. So I'm going to put it here. Okay, this is where I'm going to put the dates. Oh, drying out. I actually won't need to get new ones, because I should go use the ones I already have, shouldn't I? Yes, Marianne, you have plenty of markers. You can find an alternative. Oh, but I want one. But I want a new one. What's a reading journal? So it's just really a journal of all the things you read. So just imagine if it's a morning journal where you're writing down your thoughts and your feelings. So I don't know if you were around when I showed my little spiral notebooks that I note down all the things that I have read from that book. So so it's just a way for you to note down what you've read. And then also I did show my books tracker to note down the books that I have read as well. Okay, now let's see if I can find the marker. Is this it? Pilot Pop Lol. Is this the one? Is this the one? Will it work? Okay, let's see if it works. Is this the one? Yes. So then if you create a black little circle, then if you get yourself a white gel pen, so this one is the Pilot one. I've also in the past bought Uniball. So then you can put in the date in there, 2, 3, and then if you let that dry a little bit, then you can go back around. Now do note, I know sometimes some black markers, if you put white gel ink on it, it doesn't work as properly unless it's fully dry, because then it seeps into the ink. So just note. So there you go. So ooh, I think those so cute. They are so cute. I love that. Elle says I donated most of my books, and now I don't have the easy access record of what I've read in the past few years. It's always a great way to read them again. So a lot of these books, like the Atomic Habits and all these things, I read them again. Or I read my notebooks and see it that way, because sometimes the first time you read them, you don't absorb all the things, or you only take bits and pieces that pertains to your situation in that moment, and then later on you read it again. So I do revisit these books that I know I've gotten a lot of value from again and again, into the new year. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and write down all my known events or top priorities, just to separate the top of that. I'll just create these cute little dash lines. I'll also make sure maybe to put at the bottom the weather. So, and then throughout is then I will just write down all either my habits and routines and my tasks for the week. And then next week, I'll maybe do some other doodles at the top. And then the following week, 3, and then it changes up to horizontal. So I did, if you haven't watched my previous live plan with me, where I did do embellish these, that one shows you examples of how I use this printable download for Easter and December, and the different drawings and doodles that I created. Now again, these printable, if you look under the description of this video, I have all the products tagged from my shop at mariannecrest.com. Okay, so there are standalone. So if you just wanted to go and purchase this, so if you do have a Happy Planner Classic, or if you have letter size planner, you can just print one of these, one spread. And then so because it's so important, I'll pop the link up here as well as in the description later, with regards to why sometimes it's good to change things up, because it prevents fatigue, it prevents burnout. If you are finding yourself not using your planner, you might go, it's not maybe the planner itself, maybe it's just the layout, or maybe you need to embellish more or less. So change things up as you go, because if you are planning the same way in, day out, from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, I'm not saying like changing up planners, but change. That's why changing washi tapes, changing colorful markers, changing even the pen you write with, or the color of the gel, the ink that you write with, creates newness, because we like to seek novelty. We love to seek new things, because it, what happens is if things become the same way over and over again, it becomes automatic. Now that's great for habits and routines, but what happens is when your habits and routines become too automatic, you become complacent. All right. So, if you've been, let's say, working out all the time already, or eating healthy, it's a lot easier for, something else to creep in. So change things up a bit. But yeah, so that's something a little bit colorful. So let me show you, because of course October starts tomorrow, but because it starts, the new week. So this is my October cover page. You can get this as a free printable download. Just sign up to my newsletter. It's free at mariannecrest.com. Okay, so you will get a welcome email that has the download link for you to print this. This is my planner bundle printable download as well, so you can print the whole month's worth. You get a calendar spread which you can go and embellish. You've got habit trackers, mood and sleep trackers. So then I'll, later next week, when I've done a few, I've actually noted down, you'll see how I use this. The Wheel of Life, 7 key areas of habits that I like to make sure I make a top priority: meditating, reading and learning, priority of the day, cleaning the house, working out, connecting with loved ones, and tracking our expenses. And then we've got the weekly spread. And at the back of this is where I can write down my gratitude log. So I think I have it as a brain dump, but I might change that as my gratitude log. So once, twice, 3 times a day, stopping as part of your breaks, as part of your intentional break, looking for something you are grateful for, or wins of the days, right? Little victories. Doesn't have to be big victories, because if you start to look for the positive things, the better. So the way I will be doing my daily spread, so I'm going to write down all the major tasks on the weekly. So then when I'm planning my daily, I can just have a look at this. This is my guide for the week, because planning ahead is important. So then you don't get caught off guard, because life is already full of surprises. And so at least if you know exactly the things that are coming up, you can plan a lot better. But I am using for my daily planning. So the cover is a Hobonichi original. I don't think they're the black and white check is readily available anymore on their Amazon store, because this was last season's, and I've just found out they just they create new covers each and every new year. But inside I have these Muji A6 notebook. So it's a lined plain notebook, but the way I've been using it is I have been using it as my daily. So let me show you my new spread for the week. So where are we? Okay, so I showed very quickly how I set this up on my Instagram page. So if you haven't followed me there, I'd love for your follow at Marianne Cresp. So then I've done my weekly spread, so very sort of like Hobonichi week style on one side, and then I do have my habit trackers as well. So you're probably going, Marianne, why do you have 2 habit trackers? Because I need to be on top of my habits, because if this isn't available, I need as much prompts as I can get until they become automatic and habitual, and it's my guide. So really a lot of the times my habit tracker is a guide for me when things go disarray. When things are going well, I know exactly what I need to do. But when I get shaken a little bit throughout the day, maybe my mood goes haywire, I refer back to my habit tracker, whether it's in here or post-it notes or whatever it is. I need as much help as I can get, because I know can get so low in my thoughts, and I can get anxious. So this is the way for me to go, okay, today's gone crap. What do I need to do? Okay, look at your planner, because you plan for when things go a little bit chaotic. What's the next thing? Okay, all right, says here to do my AM skincare. Okay, to get outside, go for a walk. So I have it also in an A6 line notebook. And then here is a nice little October page. Let me know in the comments section if you are watching this on replay, or if you are in the live, if you want me to show you how to, it's pretty easy, but how to show how I created my October spread in an A6 lined notebook. And of course, this is today's daily spread. And what I've been loving with the A6 is I can plan as I go. Yes, Sunday was only 1 page. I can write as many things or as little things as I want. There is no rule, and then I can embellish it as much as I want or as little as I want. I can use stickers, frame my pages. So I've been really loving this, and planning on the go, as in the night before or early in the morning, and writing down as I go is a great mindfulness activity. I thought I would go, oh, it would take too much time. If it's taken too much time, then I just don't plan. I don't write as much. Okay, so if you are finding yourself in a bit of a pickle with your planning, especially if you have bought already your 2025 prior planner lineup, like I've seen a lot of people, but then don't get to start it until 2025, and you're sort of stuck in limbo, maybe grab yourself a thin A6. This is from Muji. So I think the way I've been using it, one of these will be 3 months worth, because on average I use 14 pages well, every 2 weeks. So, so I spread a day. So there you go. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know where, if you like this, give this a thumbs up. And of course, if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you do. So, and if you remember, grab this free printable download, mariannecresp.com, and I will see you in the comments section. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye.